One of the wonderful names we hear of Jesus, usually at Christmas time, is the name Emmanuel. It means God with us. What a great name. God is with us. No matter what circumstances we find ourselves in, no matter where we find ourselves in the world, God is with us. And in my work with the World Evangelical Alliance, I travel the world on a regular basis. And during this past year, I've seen God's presence around the world in the lives of so many different people. I think about God's presence being in those 40,000 Christians that I had a chance to speak to in Northeast India. 100 years ago, they were headhunters. Today, they're singing the Hallelujah chorus in 7 different languages. What an experience that was. Or being in southern Sudan. Sudan's experienced civil war for almost 50 years now. Yet the church has grown dramatically in the south of Sudan. And there I saw, in spite of the difficulties, God's presence. I saw God's presence in China, up in the hills, in the mountains, outside Kunming, in a little village where they sang with joy as they celebrated what God had done in their lives. I've seen God in the presence of the great megacities of the world, in Seoul, Korea, in the big churches, but in the little churches as well. And we see God in all sorts of places, in all sorts of lives, because lives have been changed. Lives have been transformed all around the world because God is with his people. And we see it in the expected places, but we also see God in the unexpected places. In my office in New York City, it's on the 14th floor. And from the 14th floor, I can see Wall Street. I can look right down Wall Street. And we have a lot of images about Wall Street. A lot of things go through our minds. But I've seen God's presence in the lives of his people on Wall Street. Young men and women who are committed followers of Jesus, committed to living lives of integrity, committed to using their resources for good causes around the world, for the expansion of the gospel. I've also seen God's presence in places, unlikely places like Hollywood. This year I've had the privilege of working with the film Narnia, The Voyage of the Dawn Treader. And there, being in London at the red carpet with all the actors and the producers and the directors and the people behind the film. Yet there are Christians that have been involved who are living out the presence of Jesus because they see this film as a way of getting this wonderful message out about reconciliation, about love, about compassion, and they want to live out their faith in spite of the challenges of living out faith in the context of Hollywood. God is present around the world. God has transformed the lives of people from the slums of Manila to the high rises of New York City. God is working, and it's a wonderful thing to know that God is present. And so we can recognize that God is present in our lives today, right here in our community. God has transformed our lives by coming into our lives and forgiving our sin and giving us hope. And we rejoice in that today. Emmanuel, God is with us this Christmas.